If you're serious about improving your skiing ability, minimizing your injury risk, and absorbing impacts like a pro, these 10 exercises are for you. Hi, I'm Skylar Parsonette, the strength and conditioning coach with Mountain Athletics Club, and an avid skier here in Colorado. I work with athletes to get them prepared for their athletic goals. So stick around until the end, where I'll show you how to turn these 10 exercises into a complete ski fitness program you can start today. For strength and power, we're going to start off with squats, specifically the high bar back squat and the front squat. These movements build excellent strength for skiing, as they work your quads, glutes, and core stability. Getting strong here will help you explode out of your turns and absorb impacts effectively. This variation emphasizes your quads and challenges your core to keep an upright posture, which translates well to skiing mechanics. Start by positioning the bar across your shoulders. I recommend using a clean grip here, but if your mobility limits you, you can use a cross-arm grip as well. Keep your head up and your core braced as you stand up and out of the rack, and take 3 steps back into your squat stance. Your feet should be about shoulder width apart, and your toes slightly turned in. Keep even pressure across your big toe, little toe, and heel, and try to keep the barbell over your midfoot throughout the lift. Begin the motion by actively opening your hips. You can think of screwing your feet into the floor, which will engage your hips as well. As you descend, drive your knees forward and keep your torso upright. Go as far down as your mobility allows, and then explode back up into the starting position. I like to think of driving my knees into the ground, which helps to keep my body tall. If mobility is an issue, try placing small weight plates under your heels or wearing lifting shoes. This can help remove the need for additional ankle mobility. Due to the positioning of the barbell in a back squat, your torso will be more leaned forward than in the front squat. This allows for your hips to be more involved in the movement, and therefore more weight on the bar. In high bar back squats, the weight is placed on top of your traps. Start by squeezing and depressing your shoulder blades together to create a shelf for the bar to sit on. Grab the bar as close to your body as you can comfortably to create more tension throughout your core. This will assist in your brace and effective transfer of energy from your feet through your body and into the barbell. Take 3 steps back into your squat stance with your feet shoulder width apart. Center the weight over the middle of your foot for optimal balance. Brace your core by taking a deep breath into your diaphragm and start the squat by screwing your feet into the floor. Drive your knees forward and keep your torso as upright as possible. Just like with the front squat, elevated heels can help if you need extra mobility. RDLs. RDLs build posterior chain strength and reinforce proper hip hinging, essential for skiing. The ability to hinge at the hips with control helps manage balance on turns and absorb shock from jumps. Start by either deadlifting the bar from the floor or picking it up from a rack around hip height. Hold the bar with a grip that won't slip, hook grip, mixed grip, or straps. I prefer to use straps here, as I don't want my grip to limit me. You don't need a strong grip to hold onto your poles while skiing, but you do need strong hips. Brace your core, pack your lats, and imagine putting your shoulder blades into your back pockets to keep your spine stable. Keep a slight bend in your knees, then push your hips back as far as you can, keeping vertical shins. Feel a deep stretch in your hamstrings, then contract your glutes to bring your hips back forward. This movement helps prevent backseat skiing and strengthens your hip hinge for better control on turns. Hip thrusts target glute strength, which is essential for skiing due to the power demands on the hips when carving turns and handling shifts in balance. Start by placing a bench or block just below your shoulder blades and roll the bar onto your hips. With your feet positioned to create a 90-degree angle at the top of the movement, brace your core, then drive through your heels to extend your hips. Pause at the top, squeezing your glutes to feel the contraction, then lower back down. Keep your chin tucked throughout the movement to help keep your spine neutral. Power cleans. Power cleans develop full body explosiveness, loading through triple extension, your hips, knees, and ankles, for power and quickness, which are key components for skiing's dynamic demands. With a shoulder width stance and long arms, squat down to grip the bar, packing your lats to stabilize your back. Start the pull by keeping it stable torso angle, lifting the bar along your legs. As the bar passes your knees, rebend them. Position yourself to jump powerfully. This rebend of your knees is called the double knee bend. Perform a jump, bringing the bar up to shoulder height, and catch it in a squat to stabilize your body. This movement combines the squat, RDL, and hip thrusts for powerful, explosive skiing, building both concentric and eccentric strength for turns, landings, and quick transitions. Depth jumps. Depth jumps develop reactivity, teaching your muscles to handle impact and respond quickly. This helps with controlling and transferring energy efficiently on the slopes. Start by stepping off of a platform, 10 to 40 inches depending on your level, and as you land, immediately jump vertically. Focus on landing softly and rebounding quickly, reducing your ground contact time. This exercise trains force absorption and builds strength in your lower body for improved control on changing terrain. Performing depth jumps prepares your body to handle and redirect impact forces, protecting your knees and ankles. Single leg line hops. Single leg line hops train balance, lateral stability, and foot quickness, all essential for managing the lateral demands of skiing. Start by hopping on one leg forward and laterally over a line. Keep the movement small and focus on speed. Stay light on your feet, primarily on your toes, and aim for quick ground contact times. If you want to be confident in your quick turns when skiing moguls or in the trees, these are a must. Broad jumps. Broad jumps build horizontal power. Combined with hip thrusts, they create explosive power in and out of turns. Begin by standing with feet hip-width apart, forming a quick half squat, then explode horizontally, landing in a half squat again. Focus on driving your hips forward to maximize distance, controlling the landing as you absorb the force. Broad jumps strengthen the posterior chain, teaching you to move powerfully through dynamic terrain. Mobility movements. I chose the following 2 mobility exercises because outside of lateral line hops, all of the exercises challenge our body in the sagittal plane. We want to make sure we are mobile in all planes of motion. The first exercise to address this is the Cossack squat. Cossack squats enhance lateral hip and ankle mobility, crucial for better edge control and fluid weight shifts in skiing. Start with a wide stance, at least twice hip width, and squat down to one side, keeping the opposite leg straight. Try to get as low as possible without rounding your back and stand back up to the starting position. This movement challenges ankle and hip flexibility while teaching both legs to move dynamically in separate directions. Curtsy lunges. Curtsy lunges target the glute medius, critical for knee stability and lateral control in skiing. Step one leg behind and across the front leg, bending the front knee to a 90-degree angle. Engage your glutes to stabilize your hips, then return to the start position. This exercise strengthens lateral stability and enhances hip control, helping prevent knee injury while building the stability required for safe, sharp turns on the mountain. For our conditioning movement, we're using sprints. Sprints enhance our aerobic endurance without the same interference effects seen in low-intensity, steady-state conditioning. Sprints target both aerobic and anaerobic conditioning, preparing you for skiing's high-intensity, short bursts of effort. Long sprints with short rests challenge your lactate threshold and build endurance, mimicking the demands of longer ski runs. Short sprints with longer rest develop peak power output, preparing you for maximum intensity sections. These sprint variations are perfect for skiing's energy demands, providing with both the endurance for prolonged runs and the explosiveness for powerful turns. If outdoor sprints aren't an option, consider spin bike sprints with added resistance. We've now covered strength, explosiveness, mobility, and conditioning, each supporting a different aspect of skiing performance. Put it all together, we'll be training on 3 days a week, with at least one rest day in between each training day. This can be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, for example. Feel free to pause the screen now to capture the only ski fitness program you need to get you ready for the ski season. And there you have it, 10 key exercises to help you build the strength, mobility, and explosiveness you need for skiing. Incorporate these into your training and you'll notice improvements into your endurance and control on the mountain. If you're interested in learning more about plyometrics, take a look at my video here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for more ways to level up your fitness.